Americans are divided over this war, but none of us are divided in our support of the brave young Americans who are serving our country today in Iraq and Afghanistan.
The Maverick was right. Support of the troops is the only thing that Republican presidential candidate John McCain and his opponent Barack Obama agree on when it comes to the war in Iraq. Obama is looking to pull the troops out of Iraq. McCain intends to stay in the country until long-term peace has been established. And his firm belief in General David Petraeus' surge has been the backbone of his presidential campaign.
Now, a number of months ago, when I said, this is the Petraeus strategy, this is what's got to work, this is what we've got to support, there were many experts who said John McCain's political career is over. And I accepted that. I said I would much rather lose a campaign than lose a war.
Americans who oppose the war are not interested in McCain's political sacrifices. For them, the safety of family members and money are more powerful forces than the government's reputation.
I have 3 teenage boys. I don't want to lose my children to wars that we don't believe in.
Certainly with the U.S. military budget being over $600 billion this year, and if we think about how many scholarships, could be created, we could fund national health care with that money. We could create affordable housing with that money. We could help stop HIV around the world with that money.
McCain understands sacrifice for a country more than most. He graduated from the U.S. Naval Academy and then spent 5.5 years as a POW in Vietnam. Still, he refuses to let that stop him from trying to win this war. McCain does not have a timetable for the troops' departure, and he would use his power as commander-in-chief to keep the troops deployed for as long as he sees fit. So McCain's plan has no spending limit either. Regardless of naysayers' beliefs, McCain is certain his plan will work.
And I will lead this nation, and we will win this battle we're in, and we will never surrender, and they will. And I'll be so proud of the United States of America and the men and women who are serving it.
Barack Obama has never mixed words over the war. Years ago, he spoke out against it. He wants to bring the troops home as soon as possible. Obama has made this point very clear on more than one occasion.
And I'll be a president who ends this war in Iraq and finally brings our troops home. And a war in Iraq that's costing us $10 billion a month while the Iraqi government sits on billions of dollars of surplus, a war that you and I know that we must end.
Obama has a timetable for getting the troops out of Iraq. He's looking to remove 1 to 12 brigades from Iraq every month. If he were able to do this, Obama would have the troops out by the summer of 2010. And only a small residual force would remain in Iraq to help the country's security forces. Even with Obama's clear opposition to the Iraq war, he does not have the support of all anti-war protesters.
Barack doesn't say he's bringing the troops home. He says he wants to reduce the number of troops in Iraq so he can add 10,000 more troops to the war in Afghanistan. Barack Obama is not an anti-war candidate.
Even if some believe Obama is not an anti-war candidate, he has had enough of the war in Iraq. This clear distinction between his and McCain's view is one of the election's most polarizing issues. When it comes to Iraq, there seems to be no middle ground. For WEBN News, I'm Jeff Young.